Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome to the new and improved podcast.
I will find you.
Through the highs and the lows for 4 years running, the podcasts have been here for you, bringing the victories and the defeats, the joys and the sorrows, and we're just getting started. I'm your show producer, Bella, the coordinator of the chaos. And if you want to talk to Scott, you got to get through me, so be nice. Here at the podcast, we do it a bit different. We're all about the investment element of crypto, no hype, but rational and objective context of what we are buying and what we are selling, and we strive to be entertaining and informative while we do it. So strap in, fill your glass, and without any further ado, I give you the podcaster himself, the one and only Great Scott. Dazzle me, boy.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast. Thank you. Bitcoin, huh? That's all we got to say about that one here is Bitcoin. I know my audience. I know my family. I know you guys are seeing the same thing that I am seeing, but that was pretty damn monumental. I just have to, it almost felt scripted. In a very, very small way, it almost felt scripted because aside from here, where all of a sudden all the institutions, everybody put up the banners and the billions were pouring in, and it ran and it hit all-time high for about 3 seconds. And then that thing plummeted. Like we haven't seen I mean, it was almost black swan level plummeting, almost 10%. That thing fell off in like an hour and a half. I mean, that was, if nothing else, man, I got to say, welcome to crypto. But the concern that I have with that is that altcoins, alternative altcoins, with the exception of memes, but altcoins, actual serious projects, really didn't catch any of that pump. They really did not move up with that as we are used to seeing in the crypto market. They just kind of hovered or even declined a little bit as all the alt money was basically selling off and moving over to Bitcoin to chase the dragon. Well, they caught the dragon, and they caught it right about there. And then the dragon did what the dragon does, because you're dealing with legacy, not TradFi here, guys. You're not dealing with just other little crypto people that are in this for the vision. You are dealing with people who are in it for the percentage, and they made a whopping whole bunch of money, and then realized profits, because that's TradFi, and that's what they do. So aside from your occasional, your Michael Saylor, who's so stuck in this now. I mean, there's nothing he can do. He cannot liquidate. He can't get out. He's stuck. But aside from that, there's the money that's coming over. We talked about this before these ETFs ever went live. They are not in it for the vision. This money is not moving from Bitcoin, make a little bit of profit, and then push it into alts. That's not happening. What they're doing is taking those profits and turning those back into cash and vacating this crypto market until the price gets appealing again, so that they can do it again and then do it again and then do it again and again and again, because we'll let them. Because no matter how many times we see something like this, no matter how many times that you are looking at an obvious FOMO situation, a pure runaway, a frenzy, no matter how many times you see a frenzy, you still believe that this is the one that'll never stop. This is the one that's just going to keep going, and we're $150,000, and you just better believe it. No matter how many times we see this, we will repeat it over and over and over. And I assure you, TradFi knows that. These guys are not moving in billions of dollars without having a pretty good idea what is about to happen. I mean, the very second that thing peaked, gone. And it's not like it just corrected a little bit. It corrected a lot. I mean, that is billions of dollars that is just being pulled out. Now, my concern for this is that they will do it again, and we will fall for it again. The average, your average crypto investor is going to do it again and again and again, because deep down, either they don't know crypto, don't know their project, or are just so inexperienced at this that they think this next time is going to be the real time. And it's just not, guys. All right, Bitcoin's a speculative asset. It is a purely speculative asset. And everything that is now affecting TradFi is going to affect Bitcoin. You wanted this. This is what you went crazy for. When the SEC made the announcement, yay, everybody went batshit. This is what you wanted. So we were talking about this yesterday, too. There's a new paradigm in this market. You have to learn to trade this market. And it seems like we really, really failed our first test, if nothing else. Now, if you were here right about there and you said, you know what, that's enough, man, I'm out. Well done. Round of applause. You did exactly what you're supposed to do with a speculative asset. You ride it up, you get a good percentage, you pull it out, and you move on. Not everything's going to 2x, man. Not everything's going to 2x. So you get that percentage and you take it out and you move on. Now, you know why that's fun? Because 10% is all I'm ever shooting for on a scalp. That's it. If I get more, great. But I'm not shooting for more. I'm shooting for 10%. Because if I can get 10% 10 times, guess what, guys? That's 2x. Now, it's not quite a 2x because every single 10% where I realize profit, I have more capital to work with. So it's not quite a 2x, or it's not exactly a 2x. It's about a 2.4, 2.5x. But if you can do that, that is just money in your pocket. That's cash. That's what you do, and you take and you buy your long positions. That's where you go and you buy your Jackal, you buy your Cash, you buy your Atom. That's what you do to do all that stuff. But when you're putting raw capital into those things, man, you are absolutely exposed to them, and you're exposed to this. Whether you own Bitcoin or not, it doesn't matter. You own Bitcoin. The market is tied together, and we all look right up there to Big Daddy Bitcoin. Now, my beloved Jackal got a little bit shellacked today. Let's see where it's sitting at right this second. Got a little bit shellacked. We started our day at 7.7. Somebody made some kind of big sell, and it absolutely bombed out. But see what I do, and I have more than enough. All right, I really don't need any more Jackal, but I'm never ever going to pass up an opportunity. I bought. This is what a rainy day fund is for, guys. This is why you want to keep 10, 15, 20% of your capital as cash. There's a reason for it. It's a rainy day fund because guess what, guys? This is crypto, and it rains a lot out here in crypto. So what you're going to do is have that stuff positioned, and you take a shot. Now, I took a shot. This thing was all the way the hell down to about 65 cents. And I threw a big walloping amount of money into it because you're giving it to me at 65 cents. Immediately, right now, as we speak, it's up 10%. From where that was. From where that buy was, it's up 10%. Now, did I realize it? No, because I don't do that with Jackal. But I am always looking to increase my position, and I'm looking to do it with other people's money. That's what the cash position is for. So it kind of works out, man. That's all I got to say, if you have it. So this stream is going to be dedicated to the other things that I'm looking at, the other little buys that I bought today and why I bought them and all that other good stuff. And of course, we're going to be taking your questions, your comments, your concerns, your observations. I think it'll be great. And we are going to be spending a whole bunch of time over there on Astrovault because Astrovault is running not exactly the way I thought, because nobody would have predicted this. I didn't predict it. I defend against it. But it's not like I was going out of my way saying that this is certainly going to happen. It was nothing like that. But the thing that's kind of going on over here, and the same reason that I'm in why I have so much money sitting over here, is actually these tokens. All of these things right here. So all of them are nice, big, bleeding red. You guys all were there. You all saw it. It was going to be going to be rough. But every one of these things has bled off, and it really got me looking at this. I like what Astrovault is doing. I like the fact that these tokens run together. All right, I'm cool with it. They're all paired against each other. You guys understand how an AMM works. They're all paired up against each other in one way or another. So as one wobbles, they all start to wobble. As one really starts to soar, they all start to soar, and that's fine for me. That allows me to spread my risk through multiple assets out here without actually having to hold those assets. But I did a weird thing today, Belle. I didn't tell you about it, but I haven't done it in so long. I bought $50,000 worth of Archway. Archway. Now you know where I'm at on Archway. I think they have awful lot of potential if they could get out of their own way. I think Archway is a really decent ecosystem. Fast, it works. They seem eager to work with people, but they don't seem to know how to attract those people. I don't like to invest in parking lots. But one of my very, very large investments happens to be built on Archway, so I'm going to do what I can to support them. But I actually bought a whole bunch of Archway, and Eric had mentioned it up on Twitter, Bell. He said, "Hey, last time you bought Arch, the thing sailed." I was like, "Yeah, but the last time I bought Arch, I bought it at 7 cents or 4 cents, 4.5 cents." I remember that stream because there was absolutely no trading volume on the token. It was like $6,000 over 24 hours, and I was like, "Watch, Eric, let's move it." And I don't remember what it was, $5, $6, $7,000 worth of Archway, but I bought, and
Yeah, it was
is that what
5,000.
it was? Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was 5,000. Yeah.
Like 4.5% at 4.5 cents. And it literally moved the needle on that one. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I could not believe that it moved the needle, but it did something funny after that. It ran all the way the hell up to 24 cents. From the time I made that buy to the time that I parted ways with them again, it had ran all the way the hell up to 24 cents because they got a central exchange listing. I think they listed on Crow. I don't remember exactly where it was, but they listed on Crow, and you know how Central Exchange people are, man. They're just, oh, it's new, it's got to be great. They just buy the shit out of it, and yeah, I rode that thing up. I 6x'd it. I couldn't believe it that 5,000, and I ended up cashing out about 27, 28 or something like that. But I'm back in. I'm back in. I took another peek at it. I've reevaluated. I'm a very pragmatic person. As market conditions change, I don't hold a grudge. That's the whole thing, man. I'm not that guy. This is business, all right? It's not personal. I don't hold grudges. If I see an opportunity that I think you can make me some money, then, hey, welcome home, friend. You know, hey, we'll hug, we'll kiss, whatever you need. But yeah, I made another buy on that. I got it right at .18. So we'll see what it does. If it continues to fade, everything over here is going to fade. But if it starts to correct, everything over here is going to correct. And I don't have any particular problem liquidating Archway. I don't liquidate Jackal, but I have no problem liquidating Archway. So this is actually it's weird, man, and I'm telling you guys because you guys know where I'm at on this, but this thing runs hot. All right, everything over there, it all runs hot and it all runs the same. I cannot realize profits on Jackal because I'm not that. It's years out for me, man. I'm still accumulating, but I can't realize profits on it. But I can realize profits on Archway. Archway is a decent market cap, man. All right, it is a relatively large ecosystem that can take it. That can take me selling $15,000, $20,000, $25,000 sells, $5,000 spot sells 5 times. It can take it. It can handle it. So the same way that I am trying to get a little bit of Bitcoin exposure through Atom, and I am, and it's worked, and it's parked right over here. We've shown you guys the pools up and down. The Atom that I own is parked right there with the AXV, and it's earning 63%. But I need something that I can actively and aggressively be able to work with and actually liquidate and realize profits on it. And I've landed on Archway. So now I'm a huge fan. Welcome home, friend. Max Arch, if you're watching, dude, let's get you on the show, man. Come on. We're huge Arch people here. So let's get you on the show. Let's talk it up. You know, let's see what we can do. But just be advised that I'm doing it in the hopes that you go up so that I can liquidate you. That's really where it comes down to. Guys, look, we all need working capital. I have to get working capital somehow. And I can't do it through either any of my major holdings. I have to do it through other things. And now I've I've chosen Archway, Bell. I've chosen Archway. We're there. What?
And actually, it wasn't Crow they listed on. It was Gate.
Oh, Gate.io. Is that where they listed?
Yep.
That
Yeah, they listed on
Gate.io
Gate.
exchange, man. That thing's a
Yep.
shit exchange. I don't know. I makes me wonder if they actually. Well, I mean, clearly they have to have a market maker over there. I wonder if their market maker's full of shit, or if I'm gonna have to battle it the way that I battled the Dissenter market maker. That's a bad market maker. Nikita, get it back, man. All right, fire them, move on, manage it yourself, as opposed to letting that thing do it, because it's beating the hell out of you each and every time, and it's what's keeping me from pushing in 6 figures. Is your market maker. So I haven't really been paying attention to Arches. Maybe I should. If I'm going to be moving heavy into it, then yeah, maybe I should. I need to take a look at every single aspect of an investment that I'm going to touch. But the best part about it is that I can actually farm Archway. That's the good part about it, and it's in this one right here. It's not a super high APR, 19%, but guys, look, that's nothing to woof at. I mean, we just dismiss it, and I can farm that just with AXV, and the output of that is Archway. Now, I can liquidate Archway. I can turn that into whatever I want, and I have been turning it into our USDC Noble, so I could pair it up right there in the AXV USDC Noble pool at 75%. Eric already came on. He admits they're losing money on these pools, on this pool right here. They are absolutely losing money. They're over-incentivized, but they over-incentivize them for a reason, because they're trying to attract liquidity. Sir, I hear you. I hear you, Eric. You are trying to attract liquidity. Let me see what I can do. And yeah, that's it. So we're out there actively trying to do it. But the Archway, if it works, you guys can follow along. I told you my buy-in price. I told you my buy-in amount. You guys could sit there and have some fun with that, track it, and see how it actually does. But that I do plan on inching out of, unless they announce some kind of really, really major partnership. Now, I know they announced a Kudos partnership. I did see that, Archway and Kudos, but I don't really see what those two do for each other. I mean, I don't, unless suddenly all of Archway's hardware is going to move over to Kudos, in which case, great. But I don't really see what those two do for each other. Archway needs products that are going to be building dApps on it, and I don't think Kudos is going to do that. They're their own level one. They don't need this. So I'm not really sure where the money shot is for that particular announcement, but I got a strong suspicion, and Kudos pretty well confirmed it, that you're going to see it over here. So if you see it on AXV, great. That way I could start, when I liquidate some of that Archway, I can turn it into Kudos, and I don't have to go that far. So yeah, all of that works. Anyway, guys, this is gonna be show night. All right, we're going fast. There's a lot to get to, but as always, like to get the questions, comments, and concerns. So Belle, if you could, take it away.
Mad scientist, Kudos is the weird child that does his own thing, doesn't care about Bitcoin.
Yeah, you know, we use that default a lot. This thing doesn't give a shit what Bitcoin does. Deep down, we all care what Bitcoin does. Everybody's going to get a little bit of a haircut. The smaller market caps have a tendency to be able to weather it a lot better. Like Dissenter did not take any kind of big walloping dump that it doesn't usually take. Bitcoin had nothing to do with it. But it's like a $1.5 million market cap. So yeah, a couple of my little micro caps, they didn't really even wiggle with the Bitcoin dump, but it's because they're too small. There's not enough pairings out there. When a token expands, when it gets bigger, now it's more pools are showing up all over the place, and they're paired with very, very weird tokens, and most of those things are going to have some kind of effect when Bitcoin does its thing. So just through that, and through the mechanisms of an AMM, then they start doing what Bitcoin's doing. A cash, perfect example right now, man. A cash can do any, it's no reason that it shouldn't be a standalone product, but it been absolutely shedding value as Bitcoin's going up. A cash money is moving over there to Bitcoin, and guess what? Just got wiped out today. So yeah, some of them dodge it, not all of them. Anyway, carry on, Belle.
All right, and this one I'm actually going to be addressing, but you know the biz. Show us how to move our money, please. What are you doing? I have $1,000 to start. You know the biz. You've asked for this before, and it's going to be the same response as you get every time. We don't do that here. Every video that Scott puts out, that this channel puts out, we do show you what we are doing on our end. You want to follow along? Great. But we don't know your risk tolerance. We don't know if you need that $1,000 to pay bills in 2 weeks. We don't know your situation. Please stop asking.
All right. Wow. Look at you. Like, I'm looking for a sound effect right now, Belle. Okay, here you go. This is for Belle. Hang on, I'll give you B2 so you can hear it. This was Belle's response right here.
I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you.
Thank you. Carry on, Belle.
All right, new type. Yeah, it also concerns me how correlated Bitcoin was with NASDAQ and S&P. Bitcoin needs to be a recession-free flight to safety. Notice how gold mooned as stock markets tanked.
Yeah, and Bitcoin's not going to be that asset now. I know we want it to be. I know that's the original vision. I understand all that. But we opened up the door. We invited the wolves in with the sheep and said, "Okay, but you guys got to be cool." And TradFi said, "Yeah, man, no, we'll be cool. You can trust us, dude. We just want to, take a kip. You ain't got to worry about us. We just want to see how this works." That it's not going to be that asset anymore, man. You know why? Because because stable monetary systems don't go up and down 10% in a day. They simply do not. So as far as store of wealth goes, no, we just proved that it isn't. Because if you had every bit of your money tied up into this thing right now, guess what happened? You lost 9% of it today. Just like that. That is not a new monetary system. It was by its original design and its original intent, but it was never ever going to play well with governments. It was never going to play well with traditional finance. It was never going to work like that because they have something that Bitcoin doesn't have, and it's called fractional banking. If you're not familiar with fractional banking, I'm not going to give you the lesson right now, but if you really want to know, put it in and I'll make you videos. I will show you why this will never ever play well with TradFi, and it has nothing to do with the fundamentals. It has to do with the fact that they only have to actually maintain 10% of what they are putting out to work. They only need to hold 10%. Bitcoin, you need to hold the whole token. So it was never, ever going to play well. It's polluted now, and everything that was affecting TradFi is now going to be affecting us just a little bit more amplified as more and more of that legacy money comes in here, these billions and billions of dollars that everybody's partying on, and yeah, look at it go. Woo! Oh, my God, it's to the moon. We're going to rock it. As more of that pours in here, the more susceptible you're going to be to that. You wanted it. You asked for it. You begged for it. You said, please, 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 Mr. Gensler, please, please, please give us the ETF so that we can all make lots of money. That's what you wanted. Babe, you got it. All right? This is exactly what you wanted. So now everybody out here is going to have to learn to deal with this now. The fundamentals have gone completely by the wayside. As soon as Shiba went up to doubled up, as soon as Doge started taking off, everybody stopped being practical and started gambling. That's exactly what happened. You saw it. It's here today. And this is going to be our new normal for a while until people start to calm down. Anyway, guys, I got to fill up my glass. That's it. I got to take a break. Give us 60 seconds. I'm going to fill up that glass a little bit, hit my cigarette. I got something I got to talk to Belle about. And if you could, please, we will be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast. Thank you. Again, our show tonight is brought to you by Frey Ranch Bourbon. If you want a really, really quality buzz and a mild hangover, go with Frey Ranch. I certainly recommend it. Your host with the most is drinking it right now. All right, Belle, back to him, and then we got to get to some money. Go, go, go.
You get a hangover from Frey Ranch? Come on.
No, man.
I was about to say.
No, you wake up feeling You know what you're paying for with this. That's the whole kicker. Look, I could get a buzz out of rock gut and like the college bourbon and shit like that, but I don't like the after. I don't like the after effects of it. No, because no, you know what? Doesn't matter. It's quality buzz. That's all I got to say. Bell, carry on.
Code R1, how long will this bull run be? Laugh out loud. Anyways, will altcoins take off in this bull run, Scott?
Not like they did. I'm on record, guys. I'm real clear about this. All right, not like they did. 2021, 2020, 21, 22 was a bubble. Now, bubbles happen. Virtually any time that there is some kind of new technological advancement, bubbles form. They always do. Everybody goes, sees it, they're excited. People are into it. Sentiment is up. Oh my God, we got to get money in there, make that money, and they bloom and they gloom. I mean, it is constant. We see this all the time. So the problem right now, where a lot of people are going to get just absolutely buried, I mean buried, is they think that we're going to have that same bubble. Now, if we were going to have that same bubble, guys, it would have been here. All right, that's exactly where Bitcoin was sitting at the peak of the bubble, right there, that very moment, at the peak of the bubble. That's where Bitcoin was sitting. And everybody, VCs, everybody was just dropping money in there. Please let us go. And you could take I'm using Cosmos DeFi's line here. You could take a dump on the floor, and that thing would 30x. You could tokenize it, and that thing would 30x because people just had to get money in there. Oh my God, look at everything's going up. It's great. Gotta hurry, gotta hurry, gotta hurry. That is every single sign of a bubble happened right there. So if we are going to make the argument, well, when Bitcoin comes back, that means the bull is starting, alt season's going to follow. Guys, it's not. It is not going to follow, not like it was. If you're banking on that everything you're holding is going to 30x, man, you are going to be incredibly disappointed by the end of this, because people learn from bubbles. People learn what happened, and when X happens, what is Y going to do? People learned. TradFi learned. TradFi is here now. Everybody's here now. So if you're expecting your Agoric to suddenly go up to $1.80, it's not going to happen. If it was going to, it already would have. But it didn't. We fell back into the same traps that we did in 2021. Oh my God, memes are good. Memes are products. They're real. It doesn't matter if it's only simply a smart contract. What matters is that look at all the money I make. And as soon as that's your line, your reasoning right there, well, look at all the, it's got to be good. Look at all the money that we make. You lost. All right, your food. Unless you realize that this is money and realize that profit, you will be exit liquidity, just like you were in 2021 and 2022. You're dealing with a smarter crypto investor now. Now, I am on the tweeter, and I understand all this, man. I look at the market sentiment. Everybody can't wait. When is alt season? Oh, my God, we can't wait. It's going to be great. There won't be one. That already happened. We already did that. Now you're going to have to get smarter. Now you're going to have to go to fundamentals. Now you're going to have to invest in products that have multiple revenue streams, not just speculative investment, but actual functional income. People paying for a service and the service providing it. That's where the money is. That's why I'm in DePen, guys. That's why the bulk of everything I have, and I'm doing okay. There's a reason that it's all in DePen, because that is the way out. Not Shiba Inu, not whatever meme coin you're going to dream up next. And there's going to be 100 of them a month. As long as money's coming, market sentiment, meme coin. But that is whatever you think is going to happen. If you think it's going to be a replay of 2021 and 2022, guys, you just saw your trigger. And it didn't happen. So at what point are you going to have to say, shit, maybe I'm going to have to get a little smarter. Maybe I'm going to have to look a little deeper into my entertainments. I almost said the I word, Bill. I'm going to have to look deeper into my entertainments and do some soul searching here and say, will I see this? Will this say, do I see a future for this? From 30,000 feet, do I look down and see that this thing is going to generate customers? It's going to generate income. It's going to generate revenue, and they are earning more than they are spending. People are going to come around to that. But the people who refuse, the bitter clingers, the guys who are holding on and just saying, nope, it's going to do it again, they have already lost. because they have not a pragmatic bone in their body to realize that the situation has changed. Hope that answered the question. Belle, please carry on.
All right. So, new type. Scott, help me chillax. I'm now foaming at the mouth for those altcoins Grayscale just announced they will be using for their dynamic income ETF. This is huge, right? Or am I acting retail?
Nah, man, it's I saw it. I saw the message, and I'm going to be contrarian here because I know what they're up to. I think that this is one of the worst things that could possibly happen to the DeFi is exactly what Grayscale is going to be doing right now. And let me add some context. Typically, us retail investors, people who are just kind of retail entertainers, us that are kind of poking around, we tend to turn APRs into APYs. Now, what that means is that we reload our staking rewards. We push them back in. And keeps the money on the chain, keeps it working, growing the chain. Oh my God, look at this organic growth. Look, we're doing very, very well. But this is not going to be that. What this is going to be is money that is constantly being pulled out of these ecosystems. Everything up there that is staked directly, that money is not staying here. They are just a gigantic Cosmos validator because there were a couple of Cosmos coins on there. And that's basically what they are now, is that they're going to be taking that, putting it, securing the network because it's so important, taking those rewards, and those rewards are going to leave. All right, this is going to be a constant drain on the ecosystems over here, a constant drain. So the only way that you're going to be able to counter that is to get more investors, get more people coming over to the Cosmos. And the Cosmos sucks at selling itself. It is awful. Everything is in the hands of one guy that everybody out here knows, everybody out here backs, everybody says he is the guy. And that is your gateway to the Cosmos for people who are not familiar with the Cosmos. That is a problem. So yes, I think it's I told you guys I'm going to tell you my truth. That's my truth, is that they are setting up to farm you. And they get the money and the muscle to put out your lights. The only way to counter the effects that are going to be pushing on here is if you get more customers here. How are you going to get more customers here when all we seem to do is build parking lots and no apps? Just saying. You asked the question, man. If you don't like the answer, sorry. That's the way I see it. Belle, carry on.
All right. So, code R1, and I can't look at the chat right now because of a conversation line that's going on. All right. Code R1, a cash jackal pool, best ever pool on Astrovault.
Is it the best pool? It's a good pool. If you're into both of those products, I am. I like that pool so much because I don't really particularly care about the impermanent loss that's going to happen between Jackal and a cash. I own them both. I have large positions in both of these. So whether one is becoming Jackal or one is becoming a cash, it's irrelevant to me. Great. I own more of something that I want. For me, it's an incredibly good pool. But for me, Atom in AXV is an incredibly good pool, and AXV and USDC is an incredibly good pool. These are wonderful, wonderful pools. The best pool on this DEX, the best pool, hands down on this DEX, is that pool right there. That is the one. And let me tell you why. I have an inkling of what is going to be happening with AXV. Now, nobody tells me anything. I have to just guess. I put Eric on the show a lot, and I ask him very direct questions because I want to read his body language. And if you guys notice next time he's on, I want you to pay attention to this, because typically when I'm asking my question, the frame is on Eric. Eric is sitting there just calm, peaceful, listening to the question. I'm looking for ticks. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for his eye to twitch or his mouth to twitch or just something, because I want to get the answer that he doesn't want to say. So pay attention to it next time he's on. It's because I do it every single time. But I have an idea of what's going to be happening over here with the AXV. And with the AXV, I want it to be paired with USDC, period. So as the AXV continues to go up in value, it will become USDC due to the mechanics of the AMM. That's cash. I like cash. Big fan of cash. And when I get enough, 10, 12, 14, 20%, more cash than I put in there, then I'm going to take that cash out. Now, I'm going to have AXV on the other side of it. That is also going to be coming out of that pool. So I'm pulling out double, But now I have liquid AXV if I want to push it somewhere else. I may have mentioned that I bought a good sized position in Archway. I expect good things out of Archway. So if that's going to happen, that Archway is going to become USDC Noble. Perfect for me. I can pair it up with the AXV that I have sitting there liquid. Perfect for me. Push it back in, collect 75% or wherever it's going to be if I ever decide to blow up that pool. And I'm still positioned to let AXV run without ever having to go at the token. I think this is the perfect DEX for me. It's not for everybody. All right, this is not for everybody. The trade fees are high. They know it. The swap fees are high because they need to actually earn revenue with the DEX. So it is not the perfect DEX for everybody. It's the perfect DEX for me. The only difference between what I'm doing and what you might be doing up there is scale. So anyway, I hope that answered the question. I know we ran long there, Belle. Sorry. Carry on, please.
That's all right. Terry Miller. Scott, is Filecoin a deep end crypto? And if so, what do you think of it? Side note, great job, you guys.
Oh, I appreciate that, Terry. I've never heard the name before, Terry. Is this your first show? If this is the first time you're watching us, please let Belle know. If anybody's on here for the very first time, please let Belle know so that she can give you a call out. Guys, look, man, we don't do this for money. All right, I do this for money right there. I don't do this for money. I do it for you guys. So we like to build community. The podcast is an incredibly smart community. I mean, anybody who comes on here, you guys have to be privy to the conversations after we end the streams because most of these guys are like, Jesus, the questions they asked. I was like, dude, we told you during pregame. We told you smart questions coming out here. Anyway, Filecoin. Yeah. Is it deep end? It's absolutely deep end. Decentralized physical infrastructure. Now, is it exactly decentralized? I'm just going to leave it there. I mean, they have you sign up with an email. There's a central bridge before it goes out to the provider. So is it exactly decentralized? Not really. But is it a good project? It's a fantastic project. It's great at doing what it does. But what it does is cold storage, and I have no interest in cold or Arctic storage. That's what Filecoin is. If you need data and you want to put it away and you're never going to really pull it back or use it too much, Filecoin is excellent. It is good. It's cost effective. Everything works for it. But if you were to lock up your last will and testament that you recorded in video format and you talk for an hour and you have a gig and a half of video that you sent up to Filecoin and you need to get that back, it's going to be 2 days. It will be a minimum 24 to 48 hours for you to get that file back. That is what Filecoin does because it's Arctic storage. That's why they can do it so cheaply. Now, are they going to stay cost competitive? Not unless they build their own data centers. If they continue to pay out the way that they're paying out, the only way that they're going to be able to maintain it is to have more and more people buy their token so that they can lower by token amount how much they're paying out to their storage providers. But right now, it's going to wind down unless they stand up their own data centers. And if they are standing up their own data centers, are they decentralized now? No, they're not decentralized. It's just another central entity that calls itself decentralized. So it's an excellent product for what it does. And what it does it incredibly well. But if you are active with your data management like I am, it simply does not work for me. That's why I go with Jackal. I can upload it. I can get it back in seconds. I can manipulate it. I can do whatever the hell I want with it. Hope I answered the question. Belle, carry on.
All right, Code R1, talk more about Plank. Want to learn more, Bella? Code R1, we're actually, I am actually talking to the team about having them come on the show. We did actually find a pretty cool thing that they did build if Scott wants to pull it up.
What?
That DApp app.
That what app?
I sent you the link for it the other day.
Oh, I didn't save that. It's not that I don't like it. All right, guys. I got a lot going on. Look, Bitcoin. Bitcoin's been having problems, so I've been very actively managing my portfolio at the expense of my show. What was the app, Belle? What did it do?
It listed literally one of the links I was sent was a very thorough, hey, here's what we've got built on us. Let me actually get that back over to you. That way you can show that on the screen again.
Okay, pull that up as you ask the next question so that we can keep the show going.
All right, so next one, old man, and this is what had me cracking up so hard. Could you imagine if Pornhub started using Jackal as its storage provider?
You know what? There would be no greater joy in my life than for Jackal to get into the adult entertainment industry. Now, Jackal itself has no moral qualms about who they climb into bed with because they can't see the data. That's the whole idea behind Jackal is privacy. Nobody else can see your data. And once it goes up, nobody can touch it but you. Nobody can manipulate it but you. Now, if you take that data and publicly display it somewhere, you've just told them, I am hosting illegal materials. I am hosting materials that should not exist out here. And in that case, they know who you are. You just told them who they are. You gave them the information for them to go down and pull down those files and delete them on your behalf. And you're welcome. But if you don't publicly disclose what you actually have on there, they have no idea what you have on there. It's by design. It's pretty cool. It's called freedom. Would I like them to get into bed with the adult entertainment industry? The thing that is most shocking to me in crypto as a whole is the fact that the adult entertainment industry hasn't quite gotten over here yet. It is a natural alliance. Should be the adult entertainment industry and and crypto, because they're both kind of, anti-establishment kind of things. The only one I know about right now is called Secret Admirers, and they've kind of been working on some stuff. They kind of been working on some stuff. This is effectively a decentralized OnlyFans. I think that's kind of what they're going for here. And Belle happens to be one of the people over there, because you can see that is Bella, and she's a shining star. And if you could view her channel, I would love it if Belle showed up. It ain't going to be here. About Bella, 9 followers, and that's it. So what they actually have up here right now is nothing. I think they're still building, working on it, trying to work it out. But this is the very first thing I've seen, the very first stab I've seen at the adult entertainment industry coming into the DeFi blockchain industry. Now, the CEO, the new CEO of this Secret Admirers, happens to be somebody who's worked professionally, not on this side of the camera, but the other side. That's actually very, very familiar with adult entertainment industry, meaning the business behind it. So I have high hopes for this. It's nothing that I would ever use. It's nothing that I would ever use, but I promise you I'll go take a look, because I want to see, application of blockchain. I think that this is a very natural fit for it. But they continue to drag their feet on this. They announced, yeah, we're up, we're live, we're ready to go. But every time I come over here, I have the option to tip the creator, follow the creator, but I can't actually see anything by the creator. So that's great. I think it's a nifty idea, but eventually you're gonna have to put girls up here. I mean, isn't that how it works? I don't know. Anyway, Belle, let me look at your link. Give me one more, or you answer a question. Let me look at what you sent us, and I will carry. I'll go ahead and carry on. Go ahead, Belle.
All right. So in response to old man's comment, Jack Sparrow actually said Jackal servers would crash, and that's based on only Tennessee and Kentucky usage.
Jackal servers are not going to crash, and let me tell you why. All right, I provide storage on Jack. I can tell you right now, our hardware is tip-top, tier 2+ data center. So if the Secret Admirers have to put their smut anywhere, look for Zuko servers. We're going to be happy to host all of them. Anyway, what I'm showing you up here right now is this is something that was built by Plank. And right now it's more or less an aggregator. These are all the different things that are out here. But I haven't explored it I haven't explored it a great deal. But I am interested in them. I am interested in Plank. I really do want to see what they do, what they're going to do, how they're going to continue to do it. But I wasn't exactly sure I wanted to put them on the show right now, because right now I kind of see a mobile Juno. it's a neat idea. They can do a lot of stuff with it, but when I ask what's actually built on you, I'm not seeing a lot of that yet. I think it has a tremendous amount of potential, and I would like to get a little bit more into it before I really start to commit. Now, it's available up over here. There's a big plank pool, I think, over here somewhere. Yeah, right there. So you can actually trade the token right here. It's paired against AXV. Anything that's paired against AXV, I'm going to have an interest in because I hold a lot of AXV. So we started looking into them. I just haven't fully taken them apart yet. But we will continue to dig into this. If I think that it's going to be profitable, I promise you, I will let you know what I'm doing. I will show you the buys, show you the sells, and we'll all take this ride together. Anyway, hope that answers the question. Bell, carry on.
Mike 374, how to use Astrovault as a US citizen? If there are no concrete laws at the moment, is it okay to use with VPN?
I haven't tried to hook up to it with a VPN. I am an American citizen. I am not currently behind a VPN, and I am currently connected to Astrovault. So you don't need one. Can you hook up with a VPN? Sure. You can hook up with a VPN for anything. As a matter of fact, if you don't have a VPN that you really, really want to customize, if you saw the Dissenter announcement, they are reintegrating the, let me pull it up for you guys, but they're reintegrating the VPN service that they used to have a long time ago. So you're looking at the Center browser, and I happen to really, really like the browser. I understand that there may be some concerns from some people out there. I don't care. I'm not doing anything that clandestine that I have to be worried about it. But when it updates, because it's updated now, and if I want to force the update, I can get it. One of these tabs up here is going to say VPN. And when it says VPN, then you click on it, and you are actually using DVPN. You're using Sentinel VPNs. Sentinel is an excellent VPN system if you are chasing airdrops. Now, I don't do that because I don't click links in Web3. Who would do that? That's madness to me. But I understand that there's one hell of a Cosmos culture that exists around airdrops, and Dissenter just became the perfect browser for Americans that are trying to claim these geo-blocked airdrops, and they're doing it right there. They're doing it through DPN. So that's coming. I think I got some of these bonded here. Let me see how much I got. 4,000 DPN. This is actually I stake DVP. I like DVPN, man. I think that they're gonna do great. But yeah, there we go. Delegated reward. Do I want to collect it? Yeah, we'll go ahead and collect it. Yeah. So their staking mechanics, everything up there is sitting right there on the DEX. You're looking at, or right there on their browser. You're looking at the entire process right here. So you do you, bro. But they are going to announce it. They are coming out. For those of you who want to horse around over here, I invite you to do it. Bell, carry on.
Code R1, Bella, if AMP wanted to be on Astrovault, would they allow it? Imagine an AMP jackal pool. Oh, Scott would love that.
I would dine on that forever. Can they do it? They would need Axelar. They would need Axelar. AMP is an Ethereum token, and I don't think they can't host any native Ethereum tokens. It's going to have to be wrapped. So they would have to get Axelar on board to agree to wrap the token and send it over there. It would probably cost me, and I'm sure they'd do it if I put a big load up on if I said, look, I want $250,000 AMP and I want it wrapped. All right, I will pay you your percentage so that you guys can go ahead and do the work for me. But then I want wrapped AMP over there on Astrovault. And if I agreed to pay Eric the cost of maintaining that pool, I'm pretty sure he would spin it up. I don't think he'd have any problem with doing that. And then overnight, you'd have a $500,000 AMP Jackal pool. I understand how great that would be. I would dine on that because right now, the largest pool off from Coinbase is actually over on Uniswap with AMP, and it's only 100,000. So that means it's 50,000 AMP and 50,000 US whatever. But that's the largest DeFi pool of this is only actually $50,000 worth of AMP. But I would have to make it worth a lot of people's while to do that, and I really don't want to hold that much AMP. I just don't. If they were doing something, if they were announcing, if they were pushing, if they were doing something. Sure, I'll take a ride, man. I'm up huge. I could take a ride on something, but as long as they're going to maintain their radio silence, man, all I'm doing is subsidizing their bad decisions. And I'm not going to do that. But if they would do it for 50,000, I'd do it for 50,000. Bell, mention that to Eric. See if Axelar will go out of the way and if they'll wrap it for me for 50,000. Ask them if they'll do that, because if they would, I will pay the hosting fees and I will see that AMP Jackal pool up there, because that would be hilarious. It's worth 100,000 for me just to build that. Don't shake your head. I'm just asking you to pass on the message. Come on, Bell. Carry on.
Join the community call tomorrow and deliver that message all by yourself.
Oh, yeah. They're going to love that one. Come on, Bell. Go.
Shepdog, any opinion on Render?
Yeah, man. Renders. They're kind of the big dog, man. I mean, if you're looking at market cap from a simple market cap perspective, if you're taking a look at Render versus Render versus a cash, there's no comparison here, man. All right, look, I am a big fan of DeFi. I own Render. I am going to be involved in anything that is a working, functioning DeFi product, because that's the way forward, man. That's it. This is what is going to be pulling us out of the morass here, is going to be infrastructure. And because infrastructure appeals to both Web3 and Web2 people, nobody really cares where the servers are coming from as long as the servers are available. Now, whether it's a Web2 company or a Web3 company, I don't think they're going to care. Can you give me the server? Can you give me the GPUs I want? I can. Great. Let's do business. But Render is absolutely the big dog right now. The question I have, and I've always have, even though I own the token, my question is always going to be, do you have the infrastructure to support that market cap? Now, currently, I don't think they do, but I don't think a cash currently has the infrastructure to support their market cap either. They are standing up servers. Greg is doing the right thing. He's going out, he's making deals, he is talking to the people that he needs to talk to. But for $1 billion market cap, I would expect at least $500 million worth of infrastructure that's going to back that up. I don't think they have that much. I mean, with all the servers and racks and everything up there, I don't think it's anywhere near $500 million. So there's always going to be a speculative asset, speculative element to all of these DePIN projects. But for me as an investor, I go and look at their hardware, because I want to know what this is backed up with. If it is just hopes and dreams, I'll buy Doge. You know, if it's just what we may or may not do someday, I will buy something else. But if they actually have the infrastructure to support the market cap that they're talking about, it's going to be my own intrinsic valuation of that. But if they actually have it, I'm there, dude. I'm there all day, because these are things that will, over time, outpace Bitcoin and stand on their own 2 feet. That's what I want to be in. Hope that answered the question. Bell, carry on.
All right. So, Jim Johnson, which ZK anti-child abuse storage algorithm does Jackal use?
I have no idea. Jackal Discord, they're going to ask you anything that they want. Now, based on my understanding, I do not speak for Jackal, but your data is encrypted, AE256 encryption, and it is encrypted off from your machine to their protocol. Their protocol has no way of actually unencrypting something. They don't do that. It's by design. But they have no ability to see what that data is. If they could see what that data is, then they're not decentralized, they're not privacy focused, and I would not be invested in them. But they are, so I am. But if you want to know the very specific nuance on it, Patrick Dunlop or Marston Connell, you can reach them on Twitter. You can reach them directly. Go to their Discord. Email them. They will answer your questions. But you're asking me to take apart a protocol that I didn't help to build, and I don't know that specifically. So, you know, I understand the question. I understand where it's coming from. But that's not one that I could answer or would be comfortable answering. Talk to the people who built it, man. They are readily available. Bell, please carry on.
Code R1 with the last question so far. Does Jackal have different upload-download speeds?
Different upload-download speeds. In a way, they have decentralized storage providers. So once it actually goes up and hooks up with the protocol, and if you open up the console view, if you upload a file, man, you're going to see every step of this. But if you take a look at that, Not all storage providers are created equal. I'm just going to leave it right there. There are some good ones, and there are some that might be considered a little bit under the desk. And what I mean by that is somebody who set up a box, it's under their desk, and yeah, you're going over their cable modem or something like that. So not all storage providers are created equal. Now, when it hits the protocol, it randomly assigns a storage provider. Now in V4, they're going to start weighting them. So the ones that have better performance are going to be catching more data because it's better for the protocol, which makes it better overall for all of Jackal. But right now, I don't think there's a weighting factor in there. Marston would know. Bell, take a note. We'll ask him. But I think it's coming in V4, either phase 1 or phase 2. I don't know which one. But right now, it is randomly assigned to a storage provider. It doesn't matter. It could be any of them. So, you know what? I'll show you that while we kind of dink around here a little bit. So this is the Jackal dashboard. I'm sure I've showed this to you guys many, many times, and they still haven't fixed that yet, Bell. But you know, we'll see what they can do. So this is the entire login process for Jackal. Filecoin, you got to give them a drop of blood, where you live, what you're going to use it for, everything. They ask you everything. Jackal asks you, do you have a Kepler wallet? I do. Do you have one Jackal? I sure do. And they say, welcome to it. If you've never used it before, piece of cake. Log in with your Kepler wallet. Have a one Jackal. That's all you need is a single Jackal token. Come over here to billing, and you're going to select that plan right there. That's basic. It's going to cost you 0.02 Jackal, which is 0.02 cents. Select that. You got 2 gigabytes, and you get to take advantage of everything that this protocol offers, but you're only going to have 2 gigabytes to do it. Now, what I was talking about with the storage providers, and this gets a little ugly, guys, and I apologize, but this is the only way I can really show it up. I have tons of data up here, needless to say. But if I wanted to, say, upload some kind of gigantic folder, I haven't selected a storage provider. I'm just going to send it up. But the way that you're going to be able to see it is that little button right there. You see that array? Now, this are 54 random storage providers, and there's more than that. But those are 54 random storage providers that are now in the queue to collect this file. It is assigned to one of them randomly. It just picks one, and that's where you're going. I don't know which ones they are. You can actually slide over here, and you could expose it, and you could see which storage provider is where, what they are based on their web address, because they all have to have an HTTPS to get up there and make them work. So you could take them apart and see which ones they are. You won't see any podcast ones up there. We had to change all the names, but it's randomly assigned to one of those. So it's as decentralized as they could, as I think they can make it. Now, it's going to take a while to upload that data because I'm encrypting this data right now. Right now, my computer is encrypting it, and it's sending up to the protocol. The protocol is taking it, and it's sending it to one of these random providers up here. Once the file is fully uploaded, and I chose a gig file, guys, so we won't finish it this stream. But once it is up there, once the protocol has it, then the protocol has to mirror that file. So it's going to reproduce that file, and it's going to put it on 2 different providers out here. So at any given time, any file out here is going to be in 3 locations because it is decentralized, and because there's nothing stopping the main provider that got my data from pulling the plug. There's nothing stopping them from doing that. And if they wanted to, they could. But as soon as they do, the network is going to scan, say, I'm supposed to have 3 of this specific file ID. I'm supposed to have 3 of them. Now I only have 2. So the protocol itself is going to take that, and it's going to mirror it again, and it's going to put it on another storage provider. It is a self-healing network. So the only way possible for that file to completely vanish from the network is if 3 of these random, out of the hundreds of providers that they have, if all 3 of those random providers, which are geo-synced, they're all over, all of this has to be disclosed when you when you spin up your provider. But all 3 of them would have to pull the plug at the same time. These are 3 random providers from 3 random people from 3 places in the world. All 3 of those guys would have to pull the plug at the same time to take out your file. Is it possible mathematically? Sure. Long enough time frame, anything could happen. Is it likely? Highly unlikely. It would take an act of God or just erase the internet for something like that to happen. Anyway, hope that answered the question. I know we're kind of coming to the end of it here, Belle. Do we got any more, or could I consider that my outro?
We've got 2 more.
Okay, go.
Mad scientist, any way to make money off of Muse?
No. I mean, dude, we're not tokenizing it, man. Not everything in Web3 needs a token. Not everything needs a token. It makes no sense for it to have a token. Lavana didn't need a token. And I know you guys still put little spies down here because I talk so much shit about you. You didn't need a token. You never needed a token. It was a pure cash grab, and you know it. But, oh, God, no, I'm not supposed to. They're over on Astrovault now. Not everything out here needs a token. So is there any way for you to make money off from a Muse? No, man. We're a mobile storage app. That's all we are. If you want to clean your phone off of all the old videos, pictures, everything else that you always have on there, use a Muse. It'll be available on the 15th. Click the files you want to go away. Hit send. They're going to end up on Jackal and no longer on your phone. If that will clear up data off your phone so that you can put other data on there that will make you money, then yes, a Muse will make you money. You like how I got there, Belle? I love the what if game. Carry on.
All right, Microman, does the weighing of storage providers pose a risk of centralizing the network as hosts with more money can naturally afford better hardware?
I don't think so, because the hosts that can afford better hardware are probably going to get the initial file, but because this is a self-healing network, and because it's a triple redundancy network, the cluster, and it's built by clusters, that cluster already has one copy of the file. It can't have another copy. It has to go somewhere else. So every file that goes up there is going to wind up in 3 locations randomly. So would the weighted providers be more likely to get the initial file? Probably. It's math, dude. They're better. They're higher weighted. They're faster uploads, faster downloads, more reliable. But once they have the initial file, they can't have any copy of the other 2 files. We have 18, 23 storage providers up there that are out there in 2 clusters. So I will get 1 copy of it, but I can never get 2. And, you know, by math, I should say that I should have at least 2 of them, but I physically can't get them because the way the protocol is built. It's very clever. Belle, carry on.
All right, Eric, I get that Jackal is physical infra that auto heals, but does it emotionally heal?
It does for me.
But we haven't seen the results of what happens when old man uploads all of his porn collection to the network. We don't know what kind of emotional damage is done there.
Well, and we can never see the data either. A lot of it'll probably end up on our providers, but there's not. I can't do anything with it. I can't see it. I can't crack it. So it really doesn't matter. Does it provide me emotional healing? Yeah, dude, I bought it 2 cents. All right. Look, I'm just, yes, I'm a happy guy. You notice how much better my mood got since 8 months ago? That's emotional healing. So I will answer that in the affirmative. Jackal can provide emotional healing and emotional support. I am living proof. I'm not just the owner. I'm also a client. Belle, carry on.
All right. And Eric chiming in response to that one saying, that's a real stress test for the network. Yeah.
Is old man's dick pics? I don't want to see those, man.
I don't either.
I got a hunch if you ask him, he'll probably send them to you, man. The guy is not shy. He has no qualms, no hangups whatsoever. Nope. He's gonna, yeah, here you go, man. Give me your number. I'll send you them. I don't know if that's something you really want to. There's some things you can't unsee, bro. And that would probably be one of them. All right, Belle, are we all done? Are we good here?
That was it for the evening.
All right. I'm not even going back. Talk us up. Talk us out. Had a wonderful time. Go.
All right, again, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who joined us this evening, we cannot say thank you guys enough. We do appreciate each and every one of you guys, and definitely keep those questions coming. Now, with that being said, we are going to be back on Thursday at our normal time of 6 p.m. Central Standard. If you have any more questions, comments, or concerns between now and then, definitely don't hesitate to email those over to Scott or myself, Scott at ThePodocasts.com or Bella at ThePodocasts.com, and we'll get those answered for you. Again, can't thank you enough, guys, and we'll see you next time.
We are dropping new videos and podcasts every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And be sure to look for us on Instagram, Twitter, and Parler at ThePodocasts. Also, visit our page at ThePodocasts.com, all one word, for all of our most current content.